Hey guys, this is Kamikan, and I think I've finally figured out the secret to drawing better. And that is to just draw more. In the past, I've heard of people filling up sketchbooks with drawings, just random drawings of whatever, and I was always thinking like, wait, isn't a sketchbook like, I don't know, a place to kind of like work out drawings or like figure things out on the page or whatever, like, or to make a really pretty art showcase where you do all like really good drawings and people can look at them and be like, oh cool, this is like a nice sketchbook. And that's what I thought they were for before, but it's like now I'm just drawing everything. Like, I've never drawn a cat for practice before. Like, it never occurred to me to do that. All I've ever focused on is anatomy, really, and trying to make sure that my shapes were okay, and focusing on that. But now I'm just like drawing whatever I see online. Like, I'll go through Pinterest and draw through like different tutorials and whatnot. I'm just drawing like as fast as I can to try to get there's this idea of pencil mileage, get my pencil mileage up to increase how much I'm moving my hand and drawing things out and creating shapes and figuring things out on the page, figuring out shapes, figuring out how I personally understand construction and how to draw things, so that I can not only just do and go through a tutorial, but understand it in my own language and break it down so that I can replicate it consistently. These are like exercises that I used to do a lot. Well, back in the day, like when I was first learning, I would just draw through different tutorials and try to understand it deeply inside my head. Nowadays, I know enough about anatomy and art to just sort of draw whatever comes, like whatever I'm looking at, and understand it well enough to replicate it. And what I'm doing these days is trying to draw very quickly and understand the shapes I'm drawing through more deeply, so that I can understand it on the fly and just move forward with new drawings in the future. Basically, up until now, I've only used my sketchbooks to draw through things, figure out ideas. And in the past, my drawing regiment has been the same pretty much, where all I do is I'll draw 10 figures at 10 per, like at 30 seconds each, and then I'll draw feet. Like, this is what I'll do as warm-ups. I'll draw feet and hands, and then I'll draw faces and expressions, and then I'll draw places, but I'll draw them very quickly. This is actually a sketch of my own room. If you look at it, it's like, that's the view I was drawing. Ignore the clothes. But this is that has been my regiment for the last few years, but I never filled up a sketchbook with like technical drawings of studying anatomy, perspective, and art. It's mostly been sketches of like character designs and trying to figure out things for the comic. And then the comic has just been the main, whatever comic I've been working on, Air Rider or Saintly now. Like, it's just been a way to work out different ideas in the book. Sometimes I'll do like a nice drawing or whatever, but That's when I'm really thinking about just doing something like that. But now it's like, okay, I can just draw quicker. I can draw faster. I can draw whatever comes to mind and actually learn as I go, because I'm just drawing quicker tutorials nowadays. I'm drawing things that I see on Pinterest. I'm drawing even animals, stuff that I've looked at, but I was just like, I'm never gonna draw an animal. But the reason why my visual library isn't that high level or isn't that expansive is because I don't draw those things. I don't draw animals. I don't draw too much drapery. I don't draw much of anything besides characters, expressions, because that's what I wanted to specialize in. But being able to draw buildings and clothes and all that stuff is what makes all the character expressions like more believable and whatnot. So now I'm going to be focusing more on that and trying to draw through some tutorials and just sharpen my saw, basically, because like I've gotten the basics and fundamentals of art down right now, but to get to the next level, I'm going to have to metaphorically go back to the drawing board and improve what I already know, like sharpen up what I already know. And what I'm looking at now is the two main characters of my newest comic, Saintly, and this is the sketchbook where I finally figured out what their character designs are gonna look like. And Saintly is a demon chase horror comedy about two college best friends who have to outrun the demon loan sharks that they borrowed from. This one specifically. And yeah, it's coming out soon. I'm nearly done with the pages of my comic. I'm currently working on them. They're almost done here. Let me see what I can show you. Yeah, nearly done. And then once that's finished, I'll be showing y'all who are on my email list what I've got. So I hope y'all stick around for the grand reveal of Saintly, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.